Public speaking is an art. It's just something you can always get better and better at. And, for me, Miss World was this big, ambitious goal that forced me to have accountability and something strong to work towards with improving my communication and presence. But after that chapter of my life had closed, I was missing that kind of big goal and drive to keep working on the skill. I'm a huge fan of one-to-one coaching whenever I have a big ambitious goal in life that's difficult for me to work through on my own. I've used one-on-one coaches for the gym. I used one-on-one coaches when I prepared for Miss World. And so when I joined Toastmasters and decided to do the competitions, it was an obvious choice for me to go with one-on-one coaching. There's a lot about speaking that I don't know. And this is why I came to Charmaine to help me with preparation for my speech contest, because I could figure this out alone, but it would take me a really, really long time. And Charmaine just brought decades and decades worth of experience. And she saw my speeches in ways that I couldn't see it myself. And that was just fantastic to work with her. She pointed out all the ways to ramp up my message to the next level, and then focused with me on delivery of that message to make it engaging for my audience, because Toastmaster speeches are unlike any other speeches I've ever given in my life. And Charmaine is very familiar with that format. And I really appreciated the wealth of knowledge and expertise that she brought to our sessions. When I first brought my speech to Charmaine and I said it that first time, I think back to what that speech was and what it has become since. And I'm actually embarrassed by that version that I first took to Charmaine that I thought was good. But Charmaine pointed out to me that I was so caught up in talking to the audience, telling them my story, almost forcing my story on them, versus thinking about it from the perspective of the audience and seeing my objective of saying my speech as something that needs to connect with my audience, be relatable to them, and then move them in some way so that in those 7 minutes, they leave feeling different than before they started. That was one of the biggest things I took away from my coaching with Charmaine. How do you lead from a story into something that the audience can do something with? A call to action that's powerful and memorable. And that was my gift to the audience at the end, was a very sharp, powerful call to action based on the story that I had just told. So another really big thing that I made progress on with Charmaine is vocal variety. And this was a real challenge for me. I kept getting feedback on it over and over again that I need to be going high and low and just bringing some sort of a roller coaster element to my speeches so they're not just flat. And Charmaine, what I loved about her was that she treated me like I was a singer, where singers have a range within which they are comfortable operating with their voice. And Charmaine listened for the way I spoke and then customized my highs and lows for what I can authentically deliver. At the end of the day, I'm not an actress, so sadly, I can't do it all. But Charmaine helped me just figure out what I can do. And we even customized and tailored my message sometimes to fit the vocal variety versus just forcing vocal variety onto the message as it was. As speakers, there's almost a burden on us to be entertainers, to keep audiences captivated right from start to end. And one of the best ways to do that is with humor. It, livens up the moment, it endears the audience to you. And so a good joke sprinkled out every now and then is a surefire way to keep your audience on their toes. And for me, humor isn't naturally a strength of mine. And so the first speech that I came to Charmaine with was completely a snooze fest. And Charmaine is such a delightful, humorous, entertaining person naturally, but she really also has a gift for finding the humor in your own stories and helping you find ways to convert your message into little humorous bits here and there that's authentic to you and that just fits with the way that you can deliver something. So when people ask me how they can get better at public speaking and improve the skill, I always say the best way to do it is through a high stakes situation. So you want to get yourself into speaking opportunities that really put you under real pressure, a real audience, something at stake for you, and then practice, rehearse, do your speech, get feedback, and keep improving.